All right, everyone, welcome back into another NFL DFS video. Going to be touching on the top showdown plays here for this Thursday night showdown between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots. As always, I like to start out with the game preview, courtesy of the ODDSJAM Sportsbook view. Looking at right now, it's about a 5.5 point spread, maybe 6 point spread. Over and under is very low, though, 30 points. I mean, that is absolutely crazy. That suggests that we're going to have to play one or maybe even two defenses. The issue that I'm going to have with that is that the pricing is trash, for lack of a better term, especially, I'll show you guys the injury report, especially if Demario Douglas is back. He is essentially a free square. He probably would have been my favorite play in the captain spot, regardless of price. And it's just a head scratcher. I don't know what someone, honestly, they should probably get fired to his pricing. It's just egregious. Then looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers, I mean, obviously Kenny Pickett is out. Mitchell Trubisky is going to be at the quarterback. Is Trubisky that much more bad than Kenny Pickett? I mean, probably not like terrible, but he's not as good. Maybe we're going to get some Mitchell Trubisky scrambling and maybe he scores a rushing touchdown or something like that. There is that. But yeah, this is going to be an ugly game. So yeah, let's go and start with the New England Patriots. And so yeah, I want to start with Demario Douglas. I really don't get this. He is kind of clearly their best offensive weapon, especially with Stevenson out. He's got 9, 9, 7, 7. I mean, he's just been a target machine as he should be. Clearly is their best offensive weapon. 10 straight DraftKings points, 3 straight. This just seems like an oversight in a game that a lot of people aren't excited. If he plays, guys, you're just playing him for sure. And you can easily play him in the captain spot. The issue that I have is that you'll have salary remaining. Like in terms of other players to be on in the captain spot, specifically for the Patriots, Zeke is going to be one of them. He played in 92% of the snaps after Stevenson left the field. And Zeke has looked good as well. Don't get me wrong. Like in terms of who actually has played well for the Patriots offensively, it's Zeke, it's Stevenson, Kendrick Bourne, and Demario Douglas. And you could argue if Pop Douglas is out, that it's one of the worst offenses to ever see significant playing time in modern football. That being said, Zeke did look good again. Like he has actually been impressed. So to me, for the Patriots, if you're not, maybe the defense as well, but it's Zeke, it's Demario Douglas for now. We don't know who's going to be playing quarterback for them. I'm not sure that that's going to matter. Hunter Henry just not getting enough work. He's very much touchdown dependent. Let's say Demario Douglas is out, then we could potentially be looking at Devonta Parker, who is currently questionable as well, but he had 9 targets in that game. I don't think that that's a fluke. Now, Tyquan Thornton was open downfield that Bailey Zappi just missed him on. That could have been a huge play for them. I just don't love the talents, so it's tough to get behind him, but he'd kind of be the next man up. Juju just hasn't done anything. Could be a cheap 1 or 2 points, but he just looks terrible as well. But really looking at this, it's these two as clear-cut plays and then potentially paid. Let's go on and get into the Steelers. So looking at the Steelers as well, guys, to me, it's pretty simple as to where you want to go. We got Deontay Johnson, for some reason, priced lower than George Pickens. Deontay Johnson is receiver number 1. Now Pickens can be involved. I don't mind Pickens as a play. You can certainly get to him as well. All in all, we're probably, if you play both of them, you're probably getting around 20 fantasy points there. I'm perfectly fine with it. Then we look at Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren. To me, those are just easy clicks. We want to be on both of them, especially given the nature of this game. Najee Harris continues to look good. I don't want to say great, but he has not been the issue. I just want to make that very he gets a lot of hate simply because Jaylen Warren has also been playing. Jaylen Warren's much more of the big play running back, and honestly, he probably does need to get more work. There keeps being these reports that Jaylen Warren is going to be the starter, which you would assume that he would get more snaps. That has not been the case. All in all, this is probably going to be a 50-50 split. It's surprising that he isn't getting a little bit more work in the receiving game because he is a big playmaker. Set him up for a couple more screens, set him up for a couple of big plays. All in all, he is, I think, a better captain play than he is going to be a flex play because we have seen those massive games out of him. That's really what you're hoping for there. But all in all, I don't mind it. Najee Harris, surprisingly got 3 targets in that game. Again, was pretty solid. They almost had a touchdown in that game as well. A little bit touchdown dependent. And I could see a path to where you don't want to play one of these running backs, and that makes sense. And then you're just playing the Steelers defense. But that seems to be the route. And so, again, you could go Warren or Steelers. You could go Warren or Najee and then play Steelers defense. And then in terms of paying up, I would rather just go with Deontay Johnson. I'm fine. I think this works. Looking at the quarterback spot, like Mitchell Trubisky, the only way he's going to be successful is rushing the football. Which, don't get me wrong, he certainly can do. All in all, he could score a touchdown, had a late touchdown to Deontay Johnson, and Deontay Johnson celebrated that touchdown. It was very strange, though they're getting crushed against Arizona. It was kind of a weird game, don't get me wrong. Anytime you have a game that has one weather delay, kind of shifts how you should view the game. This one had a 2.5 hour weather delay. So, it's tough for players to get revamped and whatnot. Things can tighten up and all that stuff. Then tack on the fact that there was a change to the quarterback. Just a weird game all in all, but I don't want to be going in on Trubisky. And so My lineup path is going to be something like this. Now, I could see you getting away with playing the Steelers defense in the captain spot, but, you know, we probably do want to begin to Zeke still. I think he's going to be productive. And this is my issue with this slate is like you are going to have salary left over for the most, and it's just a weird sure because the winning GPP lineup probably will have salary left over. So it's extremely, but I guess in a weird way, it's a fun slate. Very straightforward, I would say. Again, I'm kind of mad at the pricing right now. Obviously, if Douglas is out, that does change the slate a little bit. For example, if Douglas is out, you could go Thornton still. And like, there's just so many dumb ways to go about making an okay lineup. Like, here's another one. So I'm not that excited if Douglas sits. This would be probably the optimal lineup if Douglas does. But that's going to be all for this video, guys. Quick, easy one there for you guys. Make sure you give a like and subscribe. Do appreciate that. If you guys want access to any of the fantasy sports tools available on 905sports.com, and on over there, there are available in one membership for just $10 a month. Thank you guys for watching. Let's have a good slate. And as always, let's keep cash.